Hi scholars, so in this video we are going to be dealing with quotient rule and chain rule. So you need to know this, that in some questions, for you to have them answered, you will be needing the quotient rule and the chain rule. Are you getting me now? And please, in case you do not know nothing about the quotient rule, this video is for you. But you can also check the video, you can see right here on the screen, to know more about the quotient rule. Alright, so let's get started. The first question here, it says, if y is equal to cos x over sine 2x, then find the y over the x. So the first thing here now is, let's try to consider the quotient rule. This is it. Whenever you have numerator and denominator, let's say we have that y is equal to 2x divided by 3x. What should come to your mind is to use the quotient rule whenever you have fraction. So this is going to be the value for u, and then we represent v. That is the first thing. Is that taken? So for this now, u now is cos x. And we now have v to be what? To be sine 2x. Please take note. The next thing for us to do is to differentiate u with respect to x. That is, find the u over the x. And if you want to differentiate cos x is going to give us minus sine x. If you want to differentiate sine x, it's going to give us cos x. But differentiating cos x is going to give us minus sine x. So I also have a video where I talked about something like this. In case you also want to check or to know more about this, check the video, you can see right on the screen. All right. The next thing now is v is equal to sine 2x. We are going to differentiate v with respect to x. That is dv over what? Over dx. Please take note of this thing now. We have sine 2x. This is different from we having sine x. If I want to differentiate sine x, this will give us cos x. Whenever you want to differentiate sine 2x, never you say that the answer is cos 2x. No. The answer for this now, that is, if you have to differentiate this, is not going to give us cos 2x. Take note. In this case, we are going to be using the chain rule. Are you getting me now? We are going to be making use of the chain rule. But there's a simple way you can actually use in differentiating this. If we do not want to waste our time, there's a simple method, a simple trick you can use whenever you want to differentiate something like this. This is what I'm going to do. The first thing is, this 2x, you are going to add it to be differentiated. So if I differentiate 2x, that will give me 2. You have 2. Differentiate sine. Sine is cos, right? We have cos. Then you will now repeat this value, which is 2x. Do you get it? Let me re-explain. This 2x here, you are going to differentiate. Differentiating 2x, that will give us 2. You know the reason, right? Then differentiate sine. Sine will give us cos. Then repeat this value. Is that taken? So imagine now you have sine, or let's say cos now, cos 4x. The answer for this won't be minus sine 4x. No. First thing first, differentiate this 4x, that will give us 4. Differentiate cos, that is what? Minus sine. Then repeat this, that will give us 4x. But in this case, this negative now needs to come here. So I'm going to have negative 4 sine 4x. Do you understand? Alright, so let me give you just one. Imagine you have, let's say we have 3 sine 2x. You can see that this is quite different from this, but still apply the same method. Differentiate 2x 2x is what? That is 2. So you are going to multiply that 2 by 3. And that will give us 6. Differentiate sign, that is cos. Then what do you have left? You have 2x. Is that taken? So it's like we saying that what you have here is 1. So differentiate 2x, that is 2. 2 times 1, that will give us, or that will give us 2. So whenever you have number here, differentiate this, then whatsoever you have here, multiply by what? By 3. Is that taken? Alright. So for this now, dv over dx for sine 2x, we said it's going to give us 2 cos 2x. So we have 2 cos 2x. Do you get it? Alright. So the next thing now is, we are going to differentiate now dy over dx. Applying the quotient rule, like I said, whenever you have numerator, denominator. So this will give us v du over dx minus u dv over dx, then divided by v squared. V du over dx minus u dv over dx, then all divided by what? By v squared. So let's just input the values. So what is v? V is what? That's sine 2x. So we have sine 2x multiplied by what? Du over dx is minus sine x. Minus sine x. Then minus, what is u? U is cos x. Cos x multiplied by, what is dv over dx? dv over dx is 2 cos 2x. So 2 cos 2x. I believe you are getting it. Please do well to like the video, and then if you want to comment, please kindly do that. All right. Then what is v? V is sine 2x. Sine 2x, all what? All squared. So this is where I'll be needing your full attention. We want to multiply sine 2x by what? By negative sine x. Most students are going to make mistake in getting this. First thing now is minus times plus is what? That is minus, right? So sine 2x multiplied by sine x. Sine 2x multiplied by sine x. Please, this now won't give you sine 2x squared. No. This function here is different from what? Is different from this. So sine 2x multiplied by sine x is going to give you sine 2x sine x. So that will give us sine 2x sine what? Sine x. Is that taken? Alright. Then minus, we have cos x multiplied by 2 cos 2x. In this case, we're going to have what? 2 cos 2x, then cos x. I believe you understand. All right. Divided by. In this case, now we have sine 2x squared. What does that mean? That means that sine 2x multiplied by what? Sine 2x. See. Whenever you have sine x multiplied by sine x, this is going to give us, because this is sine x, this is sine x. They are more or less like the same function, right? So this will give us sine squared x, and not sine squared x squared. No, that will give us sine squared x. Please do not make this to be what? Sine x squared. No. Sine squared what? X. So here now we have sine 2x multiplied by what? Sine 2x. And here we are going to have what? Sine squared what? 2x. Just similar to this. Alright, so we have sine squared 2x. And this will be our final answer. Do you understand? Because we can't collect like terms here. What we have here now is what is different from what we have here. So do you get it? All right, so once we get to do the second question, you fully understand everything involving quotient rule and chain rule. All right, so here's the second example. Please, like I said earlier, once you are able to understand this, and I want to believe you've already understood the first one, then then you will be able to answer any question involving the quotient rule and the chain rule. All right. So first thing now is to consider the quotient rule, because we have the numerator and then we have what? The denominator. So the numerator now is what? It is u. U is equal to sine 3x. And if I want to find dx for this, I want to differentiate u with respect to x. Remember what I said earlier. Let's say this one is sine x. That will give us what? That will give us cos x. But in this case now, normally we are going to use the chain rule. But I said there's a simple method you can use in getting this done. And what are you going to do? First differentiate this 3x. That will give us what? That will give us 3. Differentiate sine. That will give us cos. Then you are going to repeat this. That will give us 3x. So that will give us 3 cos 3x. So we have 3 cos 3x. Alright, so for the denominator now, it's going to represent v. V now is exponential minus 2x. And then what do we do here? You find dv over dx. Please, whenever you want to differentiate an exponential function, if I have exponential 2x, and I want to get this differentiated, first thing is this, differentiate the power. The power is what? It is 2x. If I differentiate this 2x, it's going to give me 2. So that 2, you are going to attach it to this function, to the question. So just have it here, and this will be your final answer. That's 2 exponential what? 2x. Do you understand? So that is what we are going to do here. Differentiate minus 2x. That will give us what? That will give us negative 2, right? So we have negative 2. So attach this negative 2 to this question. So I'm going to have negative 2 exponential negative 2x. Do you get? All right. So what's the next thing? We are going to have that dy over dx is equal to v du over dx minus u dv over dx, then divided by v squared. All right. What do we have as v? V is what? Exponential negative 2x multiplied by what? Du over dx is negative 3 cos 3x. Then minus, what is u? U is what? Sine 3x. Sine 3x multiplied by, what is dv over dx? dv over dx is what? That's negative 2 exponential negative 2x divided by, what is v? V is what? Exponential negative 2x, then all squared. So let's look at this carefully and have it solved. We are using exponential negative 2x to multiply negative 3 cos 3x. They are different functions. Are you getting me now? So in this case, multiplying this by this is plus, this is negative. So plus times minus is what? That is minus. Then exponential minus 2x multiplied by 3 cos 3x is going to give us 3 cos 3x, then exponential negative 2x. So it is expected of us to have trigonometry before what? Before exponential. All right. So for this now, we have negative here, we have negative here. So minus times minus, that will give us plus, right? So sine 3x multiplied by 2 exponential negative 2x. So I said it earlier that trigonometry is going to come before exponential. So we are meant to have sine 3x 2 exponential negative 2x. But we can't have it written this way. What are you going to do? These 2, let it come here. So I'm going to have 2, then sine 3x exponential negative 2x. Do you get it? All right. Then divided by, what's the next thing? Exponential negative 2x all squared. This means what? It means exponential negative 2x multiplied by what? Exponential negative 2x. So both exponential what? Exponential, and then they have powers. Applying the law, one of the laws of indices, what do? Pick one of the bases, which is exponential, then negative 2x plus negative 2x, that's minus 2x minus 2x, and that's minus 4x. So that means what we have here, that is going to give us exponential negative 4x. So we have exponential negative 4x. So are we going to have this as our final answer? No. Why? If I have, let's say I have 2x squared plus 3x cubed, then divided by x. This means 2x squared divided by x. That is, this and this now, they both have the denominator to be x. So 2x squared divided by x plus what? 3x cubed divided by x. So how we got this is by we finding the LCM. The LCM is, so it is x. Then we now have this. So I want to do it this way so that I can easily divide some things. That's the meaning. All right. So for this one, I'm going to have negative 3 cos 3x exponential negative 2x. Then divide by what? Divide by exponential negative 4x. Then plus 2 sine 3x exponential negative 2x. Divided by what? Exponential negative 4x. What's the next thing? So the next thing now is, we are also going to be considering one of the laws of indices. We have exponential here, we have exponential here. See, if I have 5 raised to power, or let's say we have x raised to power 5, divided by what? X raised to power 2. Apply law of indices, right? Pick one of the bases, which is x. Then you are going to subtract the powers. When it is division, you are going to what? You are going to subtract the power. So 5 minus 2 is what? That is 3. That is what we want to do here. We have exponential here, we have what? Exponential here. Exponential here, also what? Exponential here. So in this case now, I'm going to have negative 3 now cos 3x exponential. So this will give us what? Negative 2x, that is minus 2x. It is division, I am going to what? Subtract the powers. Negative 2x minus negative 4x. Do you get it? Negative 2x minus negative 4x. So this will give us negative 2x minus the exponent is what? That's plus 4x. And minus 2x plus 4x, that will give us 2x. So this now is going to give us 2x. So I've been able to deal with this exponential. Alright, so for the next one, we have plus 2 sine 3x exponential. So it's still the same thing. This negative 2x minus negative 4x. That will also give us 2x. I can leave my answer like this, but then we can say that we have exponential 2x here and also what? Exponential 2x here. So they are common at this side, also what? At this side. So I can bring this out by saying exponential 2x, then into bracket, minus 3 cos what? Cos 3x plus 2 sine 3x. So this will be the final answer. Please, I want to believe that we actually understood everything done here. Alright, so please do well to like this video, share it with your friends, and most importantly, do well to subscribe. Alright, see you in the next video.